No, what alright, do whatever.
Thank you very much. Next up from the running up the Thank you. I'd like to thank the Lehigh panel for everybody involved in putting this together, and most importantly, you for your attendance. Talk about running for sheriff. I think the biggest question is, who's tougher on crime? The unique thing about this race is that in most cases, the challenger has never yet occupied the seat that they're seeking. It's different in this race. My opponent for the office primary has already had a chance just 4 years ago to prove, or in that case, disprove himself. And I'm going to talk about one thing.
So can you get Joe? Or can you get Sheriff Scott?
If you want to know who's tougher on crime, go out and ask these people that have been kicking their doors off the hinges for the last 4 years. 177 marijuana grow houses shut down, and more to come, that were allowed, frankly, to proliferate under the previous
Detach and go.
They were very comfortable. They were complacent. They were here in Lehigh Acres. A new sheriff came to town, and there's a new focus on crime. So, again, I suppose if you want to ask that question, rather than ask me or my opponent or anybody else, ask these guys that's trying to grow drugs in Lee County who's tougher on crime. Just last night, we had a wonderful dance in the Sheriff's Athletic League, a new program that we've launched, and we're focusing it largely in Lehigh Acres. We had 125 youth in this building right here for a team dance last night. That's 125 young people that we knew where they were, their parents knew where they were, and the community was a better place for it. It's those types of proactive programs integrating in the community, in addition to the tough, no-nonsense law enforcement approach, that makes me your choice for sheriff. Early voting, ladies and gentlemen, starts in 30 days on August 11th. You'll have a chance to maintain the focus and the consistency that you've seen since I took over this office, and I'm very, very proud to represent that agency. I'd like to acknowledge my mother, who is here with me today, and my wife, Krista. We're raising 2 teenage daughters in this community, a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old. And so it's not political rhetoric when I tell you I'm concerned about safety in our schools. We have daughters in these schools. When I talk about safety on our roads, we have daughters on these roads. A third-generation native of Lee County with very, very deep roots in this community. I look forward to your support. Again, starting on August 11th, it's very convenient through the 23rd, and ultimately on August 26th, the primary, where each of us has had 4 years now to show who's focused, who's tough on crime. And I think that says it all. Thank you for your attendance today, and thank you for your support. The next candidate for Lee County Sheriff, also running as a Republican, is Rod Cho.
Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting us. I just listened to that, and what I listened to was a bunch of things that were really untrue. And I want to share those things with you about who's tougher on crime. I was not tough on crime. Why, during my term, was your crime down 25%? There you go. You know, when he hit grow houses, why didn't he wait till 07 to hit those grow houses? So let me share with you what I found. When I first announced my candidacy in March, he made the comment that I had let those grow houses go, just like he did now. But then I did the research on them, and out of the first 153, because at that time that's how many we had, 139 were vacant lots in our year. The remaining 14 were here, but were sold in 2006. I don't know about you, but the last time we sold a house, someone came through and visited us. And it's pretty hard to sell a grow house. So what I'm telling you is, not only is he wrong about that, but he knows he's wrong, but he still chooses to tell you that. And that's where the problem is. Mike will look you right in the face and tell you something that he knows is untrue. Every time you hear something that comes out of his mouth, or you, I verify it.
I haven't seen him politically.
And Bertolini, yeah, lying. Bertolini said something.
No, I was so upset because please tell me what you're doing here today.
Oh, I'm running for the U.S. House of Representatives. I'm running as a non-party candidate, and we're basically here to just get out and talk to the people. That's really what our campaign is all about. What we're trying to do is we're trying to change the way that campaigning is done. And so everything that I do for the sake of the campaign, we videotape, and then we make all of that footage available, the raw footage of everything, of our meetings, of events like this, of this interview. We do everything, and the idea is that we want to make sure that we have as much transparency and accountability as possible. We want to engage people in a way that hopefully that they've never been engaged in the system before, where they really have the option of tuning in live anytime they want to see what the candidate is up to.
Now, you'll be running against Connie Mack, Bert Saunders, some pretty big names in the community. What do you think about that? How's that?
Well, you know, I think voters have to make a choice this year between do you want the same kind of career politicians that we've had that have been running things all along, or do we really want to make a change and get one of us up there? And that's really what we're trying to do. My idea is, you know, with the camera, and not only where I stand on the issues, we really want to be the eyes and the ears of the people in Congress.
Now, Connie is Republican, Bert Saunders is Republican, but then registered independent. Are you just straight independent, or have you been affiliated with the other parties? Are you kind of doing that thing, or?
Well, I actually have a little involvement with the Green Party back in 2000. I believe I'm still a registered Green, but I never really felt that that party was right. Basically, what we're trying to do is, I think that one of the biggest problems that we have in politics today is the two-party system and the rhetoric and the polarization that we see from the parties. And I think that it really speaks a lot about the situation that we're in when you have somebody like Bert Saunders, who's been a lifelong Republican, who's decided to abandon the party to run as an independent. I've gotten a tremendous response from everybody that I've talked to, Republicans and Democrats, of the idea of being an independent. I think people are really fed up with the two parties. They're definitely ready for a change. We need a change in this district and across the country.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Oh, I think we're good.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Alan, can you interview Dave Aaron? I'm your state senator.
Oh, hi.
And I'm right.
Okay, hang on 1 second. We have to get some video real quick. Are you going to be around?
I'm getting better at I'm getting better at trying to space out my sentences to make sure, because I know what it's like when you're editing video.
Is that what all the ums are for?
What's that?
Is that what all the ums are for?
Yeah, that's why I'm starting to try and put deliberate pauses between the sentences when I speak in interviews, because when you're editing, sometimes the choice between what clip you're going to use is like, okay, he just ran that together with the last thing he said, I can't use it. So, well, because you know they're going to pull. If we get 5 seconds, you know, then we're doing really well.
Good afternoon. Everybody hear me okay? Just a brief, one. I was a council member for 9 years.
I wish you had asked about the debate.
Well, you know, the thing about the debate is because we didn't take the initiative and ask him first.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if I knew Tamam wasn't so stressed out with so much stuff going on in his life already, I'd kick his butt for that. Because he said, he volunteered. He called me up and he said, hey, I got something I want to work on. I want to get a debate organized. So I told him to get it started. And
what's your name? Porter. Just wanted to make sure I get that. Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you.
State government to take care of it. We can't, during these economic times, we just can't do that. What it's going to take is
I don't understand why the cordon is there so we got all night. Somebody said, well, they may need a cordon in the middle of the night. Well, person said, so I don't understand what the hurry is. But anyway, I'm also for solar energy. I have my cards here. I'm a solar candidate. Like I was telling the mayor case call, I would have had you putting 20 grand on the roof, sell back the electricity back to the power company, and you go stop it into the ground. So you get a bigger bang for your buck. I run an airport shuttle service with my dad, and that's how I got into politics. Just to give you a little rundown, I moved here in 1998 in February, opened up the Castle Fire Beachy Mill in Fort Wayne, with then builder and owner, Peter Listen. I also want to build the Edison and Harvey Firestone and Ford solar sound stages off of Burnsville Road, because Florida, if you don't know, is a work state, and I am a member of the Screen Actors Guild, and after for the last 25 years, I served as Patty Group with Ron Reagan when he was president of the Screen Actors Guild and left to run for governor of California.
Wow, this is a red letter day. We got attention from the news press and Fox News today.
Established at the home of Edison Ford and Firestone, and start building solar power sound stages on Burnstone and make that 6 lanes with a height system on my website, and I have pictures inside that I believe we should be doing because
I'm not sure if they're all beef
the rail system up and running from John Avenue to Burnstone Road and Palm Island. And that's where the studios would be, across the airport, through Gorda and Charlotte County and RSW. So this way our kids and the kids of tomorrow that want to break into show business and become an actor, a producer, a writer, hair and makeup, a costumer, or a prison, they all union. So you can't look anywhere else in the United States other than Vegas without that union card. And here in Florida, there's no reason why Disney World should be the only one making $900 billion a year in the entertainment business when they don't have that as a report as their name. And like I said, the bar board, the rest of the airport,
Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
What they came up with at the 20-year plan building that airport, which I could have done in my life, but I'm sure you could. I don't understand it. It should have been a free destination airport, in my opinion, which it will be eventually, because of the, you know, finally go in the hotels and funding. I campaigned last week for number of agencies.
We're running because Independent is a party, just like the Green Party. Right. So I always try to make that, because I don't want people to try to connect us with Independence, although I'm trying to, you know, educate the news people. Betty Parker is finally now caught on. But we're no part of it, so you don't want to, you don't really want to connect yourself with the Independent Party, which is, you know, your own center. But I agree, you know, I mean, pulling out of the party, you know, just so, well, in a close primary situation, it actually gives more people the right to vote, you know, I mean, and that's the reason we do it, actually, so everybody can voice their opinion, you know, let their voice be heard, because, you know, I mean, it's in a heavily Republican area, you know, pretty much it's going to be decided a lot of times in the primary, and that's not fair to all the other people that don't want to, you know, go by party guidelines and that. So I think it's a good thing. It took a lot of guts.
I'm kind of holding my breath for your sake.
Oh, we know. Yeah, we know what it's going to be like, and we know, I mean, that's why we're here, and nobody else is. That's why we're here, and he's not. He's got all the money that he can come up with that kind of stuff, so you have to be on the ground shaking hands with everybody in the hot, sweltering weather, you know. But good luck to you. It was great meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah.
Across the campaign circuit.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, good luck to you. You know, let me know what you guys do. Questions or anything.
Definitely. Yeah, just want to introduce myself. Yeah.
But I ranked State 82 first. So I understand how dangerous that road is, the needs of Lehigh here in this county, how important it was that road was for that. Throughout the county. You're not going to have to come downtown to have a few years I have 3 children,
Just
3 and a half
giving her a card.
2-year-old, and a 2-week-old named Emily Reagan. I'm very, very blessed to have such a happy and healthy family. And I look at them, I look at everyone here. I know that you're all looking for quality of life. You don't
We gotta
want
get
to
some cards too.
you don't want to depay.
I keep meaning to print them out.
That's why I support
Never get around to it.
smart growth management practices.
Throw his name
To
on
have buildings, commercial development in the right place, preservation of open space in the other. No one will be wanting to live in this county. I believe that there can be a great balance between economic development and preserving our environment. I'm dedicated to public safety. We've had extensive expansion of police and fire service in the city of Cape Coral during my time as mayor. I look forward to continuing my strong support to making you all safe, feel good in your neighborhoods, and make sure you feel secure in your homes. I will always be available to you by email and phone. My phone card is at the office right here. We also have the art sign for you if you'd like them. Eric2008.com. Eric2008.com is my website. You can learn a lot more about me. I look forward to everyone voting August 26th in the Republican primary. Thank you very much. God bless your county. Next up, County Commission, District 1, Wichita State. Anybody worried about that?
Well, you know, when I first started out, I was trying to make that distinction with everybody, but then everyone just throws independent around as
Anybody worried about the
there's no party affiliation. So.
It's time the county board of commissioners starts dealing with the important issues and not dribbling off on all kinds of other side issues. It's time we make some changes at the level of county commissioners. I'm Carla Johnson. I'm running as an independent because, frankly, I think that the sparks of partisan politics only sidetrack people from dealing with the problem. Now, some years we can deal with that. But this year, 2008, we need to solve problems. Let me tell you what I think we need to do. I think we need a county commission that's going to focus on restoring the economy. Well, yeah, I know that we can't do anything much about gas prices at the county commission, but let me tell you what we can do. The county board of commissioners, even after it cuts the huge budget surplus that it has, and it has a budget surplus. Anybody think it has a budget surplus? Really? Okay, well, it's time to do something about that, and the only way we're going to do that is to make some changes. Even after it cuts that surplus, the county is your servant. The county takes your money and uses it to build roads, to build parks, to maintain buildings, to paint buildings, to take care of things. There are jobs that could be gotten out on the street now for people. And I see no reason why this is not the priority of the commission now to get jobs on the street. Secondly, everybody knows that construction is a boom-bust business. And we've seen a boom, we've seen a splendid boom, and I hope there will continue to be construction. But right now we've got a bust, and we need to scramble to fix the economy of this county. We need to deal with tourism, we need to deal with real estate, because those are our other two economic giants. And we need to make very sure that they are strong and healthy and going well. And I think that we've got people working for the Economic Development Office in the county, for the Visitor and Conventions Bureau, for the Community Planning, Community Development Section, who could be out on the street making sure this happens. I've been the mayor of Sanibel for 2 consecutive terms, and as the mayor, I've met with the mayors from all the other cities, and when we get together, you know what we gripe about? We gripe about the county. We gripe about the county because they want to be in confrontation with us. They don't want to collaborate with us. We need county commissioners who are going to say, we've got to build a partnership with Lehigh. We've got to have a partnership with Cape Coral. We've got to have a partnership with Dunbar, with Fort Myers Beach, with Bonita, with every community in this county. Because that's the only way that we're going to get us to succeed and revive our economy. And I think that we can do that. But we can only do it if it's us together, not them and us, not we and they. So I need the help of everybody here to make this happen. Now let me tell you what I have to offer. I've been a 2-term mayor of the city of Sanibel. I was the person who, because when they flushed all that water from Lake Okeechobee down the Caloosahatchee River, guess where the end of the toilet flush was? The end of the flush was Sanibel. And so that got me involved in trying to make sure that the state and water management district paid attention to this part of Florida. And finally we got their attention, and because we got their attention, a lot of people out here have worked very hard and made some difference to get some improvements. It's going to take some time to come, but change is happening. Only because we got their attention, we said, look, there's $2 million here, and you're wasting it because you're not paying attention to Southwest Florida. I bring you a new vision. I bring you a set of skills. I bring you new energy, and I bring you the ability to make the things happen that we want to have happen. We've got a big job. Let's get it done. Thank you.
If they do, you know, I said I could write to them. I met them. They could help me.
Definitely. Well, you know, this is one thing I've spent. You know, I've most of my life, adult life, I've traveled back and forth. I've been every continent now except Antarctica. And you know, I always find myself. You know, I used to work for a company that was half German, half American. Now I'm involved with the Muslim community. So I'm always working with immigrants. And it seems like it's really gotten difficult in the last few years. This is something we need to change.
I know, because you know,
I have three priorities. The new president sent us all a questionnaire and asked what our three priorities were, and I'd like to share them with you. One, I believe we need to have a forensic audit of the county budget. There is way too much money in reserves. The county has grown too fast, hoarding our tax dollars, and the taxpayers need their own money in their own bank accounts. I believe that single-member districts, like Carla Johnson just said, single-member districts need to be on the ballot before 2010 when the next election comes. People need to be able to decide how they're going to
even though she's in that condition.
It's important. I was a member of the Charter Review Committee for the last year and a half, and at every single meeting,
her husband is about my age, in the 70s.
Meeting, people came out and say, we need single-member districts. We want to be able to elect government officials that will represent us more clearly. Another thing that's on my agenda is DRGR. You know, that's a portion of the county, almost linked up to it. It goes all the way south from the county. There's a plan that's in effect being worked on right now that needs to be put into effect and adhered to, so that people have a reasonable expectation of what's done on that land.
Since 1990.
I'm a native Floridian, a third-generation native. I grew up here in Lee County, graduated from Cypress Lake High School, and owned two small businesses on Fort Wayne. I was the first mayor of Fort Wayne. I believe that what I bring to the table is an ability and an understanding of knowing how government works, how it should work, what it can do to help people in their daily lives. But I also bring to the table an understanding of business. Money is real.
I tell you, one of the biggest things I want to make sure that, you know,
and I think that balance of thinking and justice will best serve all of you in the next 4 years as a member of the Lee County Commission.
Yeah, no, because
or if you haven't already gotten your flyers, my home telephone number is listed on here. On my business card, my cell phone number is listed. I invite you to call me anytime you have any kind of questions for me that may help you decide to see.
I mean, even though she's struggling, you know, and she stays
I appreciate the ability to be here
with the
today,
parents.
and thank you all very much.
Nowhere. You know, but she can't. But the landlord, they don't have a heart. They keep raising the rent. So I try to help them stay with me. I wouldn't mind, but they said no, they can move away in Miami. So that's why.
Well, I hope everything works out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Come November, if I'm in office, come see me in January.
I hope so, yeah. So you will be in Fort Myers?
Well, we'll have offices all over, just in 14 county, most of Collier County, and a little bit of Charlotte. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, good luck.
Did you get me? Did you get me? Did I get you? Yeah, I don't know if I got you or not. Because when you were up there, it was right around when Fox News was here talking to everybody.
But I did good though.
Yeah, you did. I caught a little bit out of it.
Somebody actually came up to me and asked for a card with the solo. because I wanted to point out that all my opponents are in office or had been. So if they're really going to do anything, they should have done it then. You don't need people coming back doing the same crap they didn't.
That's the same point we're making. You know, you got a choice between career politicians or someone who's from the community who's actually going to go out there and represent what we need.
Look, my one-way tone was happening, and I wasn't even elected.
Take care.
I'm going to be going to that website.
What you're going to hear, the first thing you hear then is, oh, you're going to cut services. No way. I'm going to cut bureaucrats. Leaders do not cut services. Politicians threaten that they will cut services.
You know, this is the same rhetoric. We keep hearing that drives me nuts is everyone going up there saying, cut taxes, we're going to cut taxes, cut taxes. I mean, nobody likes taxes. I'd like to see taxes as low as possible, but I mean, we've got a serious problem here. We can't keep cutting services.
He's cutting essential services.
You know, one man's bureaucrat is another man's sheriff's deputy.
Yeah.
You know, one man's bureaucrat is another person's, you know, difference between life and death, you know, when they call emergency services and have to wait for 4 hours for someone to show up.
County expenditures increased over 125%.
Well, we could definitely do to cut spending, but I mean, when it comes to cutting taxes, it seems like it's all very rushed as to where that's going to come from.
Well, look at Amendment 1. I mean, Amendment 1 is this classic example of what happened. You know, everyone said, hey, I'll take that $250 a year off of my property tax. But with that comes cut in education, cuts in fire service, cuts in police protection, the quality of the roads. I mean, everything gets affected.
What have the Romans never done for us?
Well, the yard signs that said vote for Amendment 1 didn't say anything about taking away my emergency services.
You know, because all people see is cut taxes, less money. You know, you can't run a race on the same principle that, you know, Nabisco advertises crackers for. You know. No, twice as much for half the money. You know? Doesn't work that way. You get what you paid for.
Let me ask you what Mr. Ray Judah did.
I shouldn't say that.
He, in fact, did nothing.
We got the campaign that's running for the least money. There's a few good bargains out there.
Like the vote in the curve. And so that's why I'm fed up. That's why I'm taxed up. And in November, you're going to have a simple choice. If you like what's going on in this county, you vote for Mr. Ray Judah.
I guess it's a good thing that you know, you're the two guys who every time I'm over at the house are rifling through the coupon drawer
You want less spending, vote for less tax.
to see what you can eat next.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you met Millie?
Yeah, I was there when she was doing the artwork.
Yeah, Millie offered. She said she wants to give a testimonial for us.
Good afternoon. Let me thank
She's like, you know, she was saying that you know, there's not many people that would like, you know, take a homeless person and let him into their house and give them food and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not doing it I'm not doing it to get press. You know, I'm doing it because you need someone to help us out. See, this is. Maybe you're talking about hospitality.
Also, let me thank Ed Wiener, who's been slaving
One of the obligations that's on you as a Muslim is if somebody asks you for help, if it's a reasonable request, if it's something that's not haram, you can't refuse it. You have a moral obligation.
That's true. Yeah, unless you know, I really need you to help me out by eating some pork.
Yeah. Well, you know, in that case, you say, well, I can't give you pork, but
yeah.
And I'll be honest, if someone said, hey, I'm starving, I want to buy some hot dogs, I'm not going to say, no, that's haram, you can't do that. I'm going to help them buy some hot dogs.
Jim Fleming was a phenomenal
no, I'm not.
Why?
Number one, the amount of oil that we're going to get is going to be a fraction of what we need to actually cut costs. It won't cut costs. The potential for environmental damage is too much to order.
If you get voted in, okay, and you're up there, why do we need oil? Why do we need gasoline when we can? India has put a car that runs on air. Air. The whole engine runs on air. What the hell do we need oil for?
I saw that. It gets like 150 miles to the gallon. They have like a little gas backup generator in the car.
It's all air. Just like a
Right. They have two versions. They have the pneumatic version, which you have to pump up, and then they have another version. It has a little tiny engine in it to keep the pump like every.
It goes 85 miles an hour.
Yeah.
125 miles. You can keep an air pump in your car. Shoot it with air. The oil company can keep their oil. So the ones that have the cars that can't buy these ones, okay? Then when gas will be 23 cents a gallon and 50 cents a gallon. You know, let them eat their oil.
That's
you know?
the thing, you know,
So you know what?
my
Congress
biggest-
are a bunch of crooks. I'm telling you, they are. They're up there for 30 years, 40 years. Read the Constitution, okay? Don't say that.
You know, and this is why, you know, what we're doing here is so important, because it's not just a matter of getting me into office, it's a matter of really changing the way that we deal with these guys. Because what they do in Congress, you know, what happens on the floor of Congress isn't what's affecting legislation, it's the backroom deals.
The same thing has happened here in the county. They have home charter that they put in, and the county commissioners think that they got all the power. Well, Florida state statute says no, you can't be an executive and legislative at the same time. You can't hold both offices. You're either legislative and the county manager is the executive.
That balance of power is so important. We need that system of checks and balances.
You know, people don't even know what charter is. You know, we don't need a charter government. They need to throw it out and come back to the roots of the people. You know?
We actually have strong fundamentals.
It's nice talking to you.
We now experience over 8 billion passengers. People from all over the world come to this area to relocate their jobs, to bring new corporations to Lee County, to be able to destination of choice and visitors. That airport spends out $3.6 billion in business activity. And by being the lift for a tourism industry that generates $2.5 billion in this community, it also generates 40,000 jobs. In addition, Lee County recognizes that we don't want to hope for recovery, we want to stimulate economic recovery. And to that end, the board has already given preliminary approval to spending $169 million, not for more employee pay, not for more employee pension and benefits. Actually, we're reducing employees. We've done a combination of layoffs, early out programs, and not filling over 240 positions to bring down expenses. But we do feel strongly about the capital dollars that can provide for funding for projects like roads, utilities, parks, libraries. That will not only help to enhance our quality of life, but it'll provide jobs. It'll provide jobs for our working families. That is where Lee County government can be of tremendous assistance. Carla Johnson talked about the polluted excessive water runoff. 30 seconds, thank you. From Lake Okeechobee. I led the charge as the first elected official actually to take on that particular cause. And in fact, we now have a blockbuster deal where the state actually is now acquiring the sugarcane fields, 187,000 acres, so we can clean up the back bays and estuaries and the river that's been so impacted by the discharge from Lake Okeechobee. What also I want to say is I'm a very independent voice for this county commission and for this community. I still only collect up to $100. I minimize the amount of contributions that I accept from any individual corporation. No more than $100. Right now you can take up to $500. I'm the one that called into question the $10 million earmark for the intersection down on I-75 in Coconut. That money is now being reverted back to I-75 where it needs to be spent. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Thanks for your vote on August 26th.